From the campus of Franklin Pierce University, the Collegiate Officials Group's Summer in New England three-man clinic is underway. The week in New Hampshire began with an early morning instructors meeting.
I want to make sure we're all on the same page in regards to the instruction, what we're doing, how we're doing it.
He's going to do his introduction to all the students. Then we're going to see the Siegel video about the wedge plate to plate.
All right, when they're on the lines, everything's keyed off, and you want to keep that same principle. So if we have a fly ball, say, to left center, all right, you can start taking him to second base.
With the organization out of the way, it was now time to ensure the instructor's picture was taken prior to the students' arrival and busy days to follow. Darren Seeley began the clinic with a message establishing expectations for the assembled group regarding the clinic and their future approach as it relates to the 2016 NCAA baseball season. Moments later, with an attentive group, the classroom component of the clinic curriculum began with an edited video on taking plays at the plate, specifically identifying and striving for the best position known as the wedge. The concepts introduced in the video were then immediately reinforced with on-field instruction.
You will screw this up, it is okay. The whole point of this exercise out here is not to show anybody up or show anybody how bad they are. It is so that you get a visual in your head of what it's supposed to look like. Okay? So this is not a test out here today. This is your visual inputting into your brain. All right? Here we go. Now, step back with me. Step back with the mirror. See the difference?
Yep.
See where you were here to where your eyes are here.
Yep.
Now he's going to be on my back.
Now, that part of that
but
if it was the other way, yeah, no.
Right. So there, it would have been fine if it was here on my hands.
After a group dinner, Darren was joined by Greg Walls, with both conveying a message veering away from mechanics. Instead, they focused on vital intangibles.
You know, it really comes down to how you are and what you do will dictate what I have to do. If you go out there, I can handle bad calls. I can handle phone calls from coaches. That's easy. But if there's nobody that wants to work with you, then I have a hard time assigning that person.
I want to be the guy who, when guys the arbiter assignment comes out and they see my name, I want to be a guy that goes, Walls, we'll have a good time that weekend. We won't get any crap. The game will be handled, and the other 21 hours will be good. If I can end my career at that point, I don't care wherever else it might lead me, I will have been successful for me, for what's important to me as an umpire. Because Darren knows over the course of the last 20 years, decisions that I've made that have kind of, in some cases, held me back from situations, in other cases have helped. But that's really important to me. So here's the deal. You can learn all the X's and O's, you can learn all of this stuff. You can figure out whether the center fielder is a left-hander or a right-hander, who's supposed to go out. You can do all that, and if you're a jackass, we can't assign you. You're gonna be the best non-working umpire this place has ever had. Oh, there's probably some place down the road that'll take you. But does that make sense? Because, and so you're gonna get to a point whenever you're working with somebody or when somebody's done something and you're gonna wanna be that guy. You're gonna wanna be the guy that rears up and says something. Or you're gonna wanna be in the locker room 3 days later and say something that happened 3 days earlier and roll somebody under the bus. For you for a minute to think that stuff doesn't get back, you're crazy. You are crazy.
With a few hours of light remaining in Rindge, New Hampshire, the long day of learning continued with additional on-field drills.
Do you have any idea if I'm touching the base? Can you tell if Mike's tagging me? You got a pretty good look if Mike's tagging me. Right on the hip. You should have a real good look if Mike's tagging me on the hip. Okay? So what we're saying is, in this situation, you've got to split the difference here. Okay? We've got to try to get right off the corner of this bag so we can get some look at whether Mike's tagging me and also get some look as to whether I'm touching this base. Right here.
Yeah, you don't want. What do you want to see on a tag? What do you have to see in the tag?
I want to see the catch and the tap.
You want to see the touch in relationship to the back foot on the bag, right?
Yeah.
That's your release point.
So you're looking through that, whatever angle you have to get to see that to be believable. Okay? You have the freedom to work wherever you have to do on this arc to see that play. Okay?
Here's the deal. You have to, the only time that you can do that, and it looks like $1 million, but the only time, and it's kind of counterintuitive, the only time when you can do it is when there's not going to be a play. Okay? So, yeah. So, a pass ball. Okay? A pass ball where there's not going to be a play. Okay? So, if we have R1 only and a pass ball where there cannot be any chance of a play, guys. Otherwise, I'm getting in there on his play and it looks horrible. One of the keys to umpiring is to always have an odd number of umpires at each base, which is preferably one, all right? So, anyway, so if I get a pass ball, all right, if I get a pass ball where there's absolutely no chance of a play, yeah, I'm coming.
You almost had it. Yeah, you got this one. This is the tough one, right? So this is the one everybody's been jacking up. Everybody's been wanting to go this way. But you did it right. Listen, I know good and well, there's one, you guys here, I know good and well a bunch of you do what a lot of people do, and you go this way to see if we went into the dirt, and then you wind up getting behind him, and then we wind up guessing on the tag, and then we have to read whatever happens, and then we lie and hope that we get away with it, right? So, but in this case, if you will just get yourself in the habit, swinging strike three, no catch, work your way around right off the bat. Jab step this direction. Why? Because, holy cow, that's looking right through it in the wedge again.
Lead instructor Chris Hubler put an exclamation point on a successful full day of learning and hard work with a simple yet meaningful message.
You can't come in just learning three-man and think that you're going to do great the first weekend, okay? So embrace your mistakes, learn from your mistakes, and also concentrate on yourself and concentrate on becoming the best umpire you can be, okay? One of the reasons why I enjoy working for Darren so much is because I know his intentions are pure, okay? He wants to have the best umpires possible on his fields, okay? Which is the way that I've always thought it should be done, and it hasn't always been done, okay? So, he wants to have the best umpires on the field. That's the way it should be, and that's why I love teaching for him, okay? So what you guys need to do is worry about becoming the best umpire you can become, okay? Don't worry about what you used to do, what games you used to have, okay? I know from, and I've assigned one Legion summer where they got me at the last minute, and it was a mess. But anyway, I know for a fact that my number one concern as an assigner was I wanted the best umpires on the field. Okay, so if you become a good umpire and you're doing the right things and you show him something, he's going to use you, all right? As long as you're not a prick. You know, like we talked about earlier inside, okay? So control what you can control. Control becoming a better umpire.